Welcome back to the channel Rare Coin Insights. What if I told you that a simple penny, yes, a coin worth just 1 cent, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars? You might laugh and say, it's just a penny. But here's the truth, hidden treasures sometimes disguise themselves as the most ordinary things. In today's video, we'll uncover the astonishing secrets behind the 1988 US 1 cent coin, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket, waiting to change your life. Stay with me until the end because we'll reveal the one detail that makes some 1988 pennies shockingly valuable. This detail could turn your loose change into a jackpot. Let's dive into the world of the 1988 penny and find out what makes it so special. The Lincoln penny, as we know it today, was introduced in 1909 to honor one of America's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. Designed by the talented Victor David Brenner, this coin has been a staple of American currency for over a century. By 1988, the penny still bore the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse, a design that had been introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, but the 1980s were a time of transformation for the humble penny. While earlier coins were primarily made of copper, pennies minted after 1982 had a zinc core and a thin copper coating. This change in composition came in response to rising metal costs. By 1988, the penny was 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, a change that wasn't just economical but also led to some fascinating anomalies. So, why are we talking about the 1988 penny today? Well, while billions of pennies were minted in 1988 across Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, not all of them were created equal. Some coins produced that year carry incredible secrets, errors and anomalies that have made them the focus of avid coin collectors. Errors. They're the stuff of nightmares for the US Mint but pure gold for coin collectors. When a minting mistake happens, it can transform a mundane coin into a rare and valuable treasure. And 1988? Oh, it's a year that delivered some fascinating errors. One of the most sought-after anomalies from 1988 is the transitional reverse design error, also known as the wide AM versus close AM variety. Here's what happened. The pennies minted in 1988 were supposed to feature a specific reverse design, but some coins were struck using the reverse die intended for coins minted in 1989. This mistake is subtle but critical. To spot it, you need to examine the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side. On a standard 1988 penny, the A and M should be closer together, close AM. But on this rare error coin, the letters are spaced farther apart, creating a wide AM. This tiny detail can make a massive difference in value. Another fascinating error to look for is the double die obverse, where parts of the design, like Lincoln's profile or the words Liberty and In God We Trust, appear doubled. This doubling occurs during the die creation process and can result in unique and valuable coins. These errors are rare, but when they surface, they command incredible prices at auction. Then there are the off-center strikes, where the coin's design isn't properly aligned. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, the coin's value can skyrocket. A perfectly struck 1988 penny? Just 1 cent. A severely misaligned one? Potentially hundreds of dollars. Lastly, don't forget about die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs caused by damaged dies. These imperfections may seem minor, but they can turn a regular penny into a collector's prize. So, how can you tell if your 1988 penny is valuable? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. It's the ultimate tool for spotting details like doubling or die cracks. Next, check the reverse side for that critical wide AM spacing. Remember, the tiniest differences matter. Weigh your coin, too. A standard 1988 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, it might have been struck on an incorrect planchet. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, let's talk about the most valuable 1988 penny ever discovered. A white AM 1988 penny with a pristine error sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Imagine finding that in your pocket change. It's not just a coin, it's a life-changing discovery, but don't take my word for it, this has happened to real people. One collector, for example, found a 1988 penny with a rare error in a jar of spare change. That coin, once worth just a penny, sold for thousands of dollars. The thrill of the hunt is real, and it's happening all over the world. Even I've started examining every penny I come across because you just never know. Have you ever found a coin that made you stop and wonder about its history or value? Let me know in the comments. So, what makes the 1988 penny so fascinating? Its rich history. The rare errors that elevate its value? Or the fact that you could be holding one of these treasures right now without even realizing it? Every coin tells a story, and the 1988 penny has one of the most intriguing tales of them all. If you've got a jar of coins lying around, now's the time to start digging. Who knows? The next big discovery could be waiting for you. Before you go, let me leave you with this thought: if the 1988 penny amazed you, wait until you hear about another year with an even rarer error. In fact, there's one coin that might just blow your mind, so stay tuned for our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next treasure hunt. Until then, happy hunting. This script uses a narrative approach, cliffhangers, and engaging questions to captivate the audience while building anticipation for future videos. What if I told you a single penny, yes, just 1 cent, could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Imagine finding a fortune hiding in your pocket change, a tiny treasure disguised as an ordinary coin. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, in the world of coin collecting, it's not just possible, it happens. And today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 2011 US penny, a coin that's stirred up excitement among collectors and treasure hunters alike. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly why this humble penny could turn out to be worth far more than its face value. So, grab a handful of your spare change, and let's get started. The Lincoln cent has a long and storied history. It's been in circulation since 1909, with its design evolving over the years to reflect different aspects of American heritage. In 2010, the reverse side of the penny underwent a major transformation. Out went the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, and in came the bold shield motif, a symbol of unity and strength. The 2011 penny was one of the earliest coins minted with this new reverse design, making it a piece of history in its own right. But here's the kicker: while most 2011 pennies are worth, well, just a penny, a few of them stand out for reasons that are nothing short of extraordinary. You're going to want to check every single 2011 penny you come across after this video, because one tiny detail could make the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth thousands. Let's break down exactly what makes the 2011 penny so special and why collectors are willing to pay big bucks for certain rare varieties. The first thing to know about the 2011 penny is its striking shield reverse design. This motif wasn't just a cosmetic change, it symbolized America's resilience and unity. But here's something many people don't realize: when new designs are introduced, errors often creep into the production process, and that's where things get interesting. Collectors love these errors because they make the coins rare and unique, turning what might otherwise be an ordinary piece into a coveted collector's item. Take a closer look at the penny itself. It's made of zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, to be exact. This composition has been standard for decades, but even a minor hiccup during production can result in fascinating quirks. Imagine a penny with incomplete copper plating, exposing the silvery zinc core beneath. Or a coin with a slight imperfection in its planchet, the blank metal disc used to create it. These seemingly minor details can skyrocket a penny's value, but here's where it gets really exciting. The 2011 penny isn't just notable for its design, it's the errors and varieties that have collectors buzzing. Let's start with the double die obverse. This error happens during the die production process, causing certain parts of the design to appear doubled. On the 2011 penny, you'll want to look closely at areas like Liberty, In God We Trust, and even Lincoln's profile. These doubling effects aren't always obvious to the naked eye, but with a magnifying glass, they become unmistakable. And the best part? High-grade double-die pennies can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auctions, sometimes crossing the $1,000 mark. Then there are die cracks and cuds, another type of error that adds to a coin's allure. Imagine raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface, caused by damage to the die used during minting. These imperfections give each coin a unique fingerprint, making it irresistible to collectors, and let's not forget off-center strikes. These are coins that were struck slightly off-kilter, resulting in a partial design that's shifted to one side. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. An off-center strike isn't just an error, it's a visual statement, a little piece of art created by chance, but here's where it gets even more fascinating. Some 2011 pennies have rare transitional errors, coins that don't quite fit the standard specifications for their year. These anomalies are like finding a needle in a haystack, but when you do, it can feel like winning the lottery. Now, spotting these valuable coins isn't just about luck, it's about knowing what to look for. That's where coin grading comes into play. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC use the Sheldon scale to evaluate coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state, or MS, coins earning the highest grades. A flawless MS 70 coin is a rare find and can command top dollar, especially if it also features a coveted error or variety. When you're examining your 2011 pennies, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for details like doubling, cracks, or plating issues. If you think you've stumbled upon something rare, it's worth getting the coin authenticated and graded. A professional opinion can make all the difference in determining a coin's value, but here's the catch: one 2011 penny error has stunned collectors, fetching truly jaw-dropping prices at auction. What makes this coin so special? And could it be sitting in your collection right now? Let's uncover this mystery. The most valuable 2011 penny ever sold at auction had a major error that set it apart from the rest. Whether it was a dramatic double die, an extreme off-center strike, or a rare transitional flaw, this coin captured the attention of serious collectors. Its rarity, combined with its near-perfect condition, created a bidding frenzy, ultimately earning its owner a small fortune. Imagine the thrill of discovering a penny like that in your spare change. But this isn't just about one extraordinary coin. The market for error pennies is booming, with demand steadily rising among collectors. Coins like the 2011 penny are becoming more popular as people realize their potential value. So, do you think you've ever held a rare penny without knowing it? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. If you're ready to start your treasure hunt, here's how to do it. First, gather all the 2011 pennies you can find. Use a magnifying glass to inspect key areas, focusing on letters, Lincoln's profile, and the shield details. Weigh each coin. It should be 2.5 grams. If it's significantly lighter or heavier, that's a red flag for a potential error. Look for unusual coloring or signs of plating issues, like exposed zinc. Even if you don't find an error coin right away, remember that every penny has its own story. The thrill of the hunt is part of the adventure. So, to recap, the 2011 penny is a unique piece of history with the potential to be so much more. Its design, composition, and the errors that can occur during production make it a prime target for collectors. By carefully checking and grading your coins, you could uncover a hidden treasure worth far more than 1 cent. Don't let another penny pass through your hands without giving it a second look. You might just be sitting on a goldmine without realizing it. And if you thought the 2011 penny was fascinating, wait until you hear about the rarest coin error of the past decade. Our next video will blow your mind, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. And before you go, here's a quick tip: want to know which coins you should never spend? Check out the video linked right here. You won't believe the value of some of these hidden gems. See you next time, and happy coin hunting. What if I told you that the humble penny in your pocket, yes, the same coin you probably ignore or toss into a jar, could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, right? After all, it's just a penny. But today, we're diving into a story of hidden treasure, where one small coin, the 1986 US 1-cent piece, could transform your perception of pocket change forever. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to potentially uncover a fortune. And trust me, you won't want to miss the rare detail that could make you a small fortune. The Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. It has a rich history that dates back over a century. Introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny is steeped in history, a small yet powerful symbol of American pride. Fast forward to 1986, and we see a coin that still carries Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design had been in place since 1959, replacing the earlier wheat ears. But the 1986 penny holds more than meets the eye. It was minted during a time when coin composition had recently changed. No longer made primarily of copper, these pennies had a zinc core with a thin copper plating, a move to save costs during the rising metal prices of the early 1980s. It's these changes, combined with the massive production of pennies in 1986, that laid the groundwork for some extraordinary errors. And it's these errors that make certain coins in this batch worth a jaw-dropping amount of money. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Most 1986 pennies came from three mints: Philadelphia, which produced pennies without a mint mark; Denver, which added the D mint mark; and San Francisco, which struck proofs marked with an S. Billions of pennies were minted that year, but not all of them were created equal. Some bear mysterious errors and anomalies, mistakes during production that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Let me ask you this: have you ever inspected a penny closely? Because one tiny, almost imperceptible detail on a 1986 penny could turn it into a collector's dream. Curious? Stay with me, because we're about to dive deep into these rare treasures. Point one: of the most sought-after features on a coin is a double die error. Imagine a design element, like a letter or a number, appearing twice, slightly offset. This happens when the die, the tool used to strike the coin, misaligns during the minting process. For the 1986 penny, a double die error could appear on the obverse, showing doubling in areas like Liberty or the year 1986. Such coins can fetch staggering amounts at auctions, sometimes thousands of dollars depending on the clarity of the doubling. Another error that collectors love is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't aligned properly during striking, resulting in part of the design being missing or incomplete. The greater the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A perfectly off-center 1986 penny could easily attract bids in the hundreds or thousands. Then we have die cracks and cuts. These occur when the dies used to stamp the coin develop cracks or break completely. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the coin's surface, while cuts are blobs of metal that form when a piece of the die breaks off. These imperfections make each coin unique and highly desirable among collectors, but here's where it gets truly fascinating: transitional planchet errors. A planchet is the blank metal disc that becomes a coin. In rare cases, a 1986 penny could have been struck on an older or incorrect planchet, such as one meant for a pre-1982 penny, which was primarily copper. These anomalies are exceedingly rare and can command sky-high prices. Now you're probably wondering, how can you identify these valuable coins? The good news is that you don't need to be a professional collector to start hunting. All you need are a few simple tools. A jeweler's loupe or a magnifying glass is essential for spotting details like doubling or die cracks. A coin scale is also crucial. Most 1986 pennies weigh 2.5 grams, but an error coin might weigh slightly more or less. And of course, having a reliable guide to mint errors can help you pinpoint the exact rarity of your find. Start by examining Lincoln's face on the obverse. Check for any doubling in God We Trust, Liberty, or the year. Then, flip the coin over to the reverse and inspect the Lincoln Memorial. Is it perfectly centered, or are there signs of misalignment? Even a small error could mean big money, but here's the kicker: there's one specific error on a 1986 penny that has collectors buzzing. It's the Denver Mint doubled die obverse. Coins with this error show noticeable doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust. These coins are incredibly rare and can fetch upwards of tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Imagine finding one in your change jar. It's like stumbling upon buried treasure. Collectors have shared incredible stories of finding rare coins in the most unexpected places. Take the story of one collector who found a valuable error penny while cleaning out an old drawer. That single coin ended up selling for over $5,000. These tales are a reminder that treasure hunting doesn't always require a map. Sometimes, it's as simple as paying attention to the coins you handle every day. Even I've started looking at pennies differently. There's something thrilling about the possibility that a small, seemingly insignificant coin could change your life. And who knows? Maybe your next find will be the big one. Before we wrap up, let's recap. The 1986 penny may seem ordinary, but its history, mint errors, and the potential for rare anomalies make it anything but. From doubled dies to off-center strikes, each error tells a unique story and adds immense value to an otherwise common coin. And then there's the Denver Mint doubled die obverse, an elusive treasure that could be hiding in plain sight. So, what should you do next? Start by inspecting every penny that comes your way. Use the tools and tips we've discussed to spot potential errors. And if you find something interesting, don't hesitate to consult a coin expert or submit it for evaluation. You might just uncover a life-changing piece of history. But wait, if you think the 1986 penny is fascinating, you haven't heard about the jaw-dropping error on another year's penny. Trust me, it's a story you won't want to miss. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. The world of coins is full of surprises, and I can't wait to share the next mystery with you. Happy hunting, and who knows? The next time you reach for a penny, it might just be the treasure of a lifetime. This script is designed to engage, educate, and keep the viewer hooked till the end while building excitement around the potential value of the 1986 US penny.